We're now going to look at 3 different ways of exporting text ready for use in Unreal Engine 4. Firstly, I've just got a simple file here with a text layer, and it has a transparent background. So although there is a background in the file, that layer is turned off, and I'm going to go File, Save for Web, and save it as a ping 24 and make sure that I have my transparency box checked, and this is going to bring in the image with its transparency complete within Unreal Engine 4. So I'm going to click Save and save that within my exercise files folder. Now, just to show you what can happen with different types of transparency, I'm now going to create a bit of a sort of motion blur for this text layer. So I'm just going to copy that text layer by dragging and dropping it onto the new layer icon, and then I'm going to turn my type into a bitmap by rasterizing it. So I just right click on the layer and choose Rasterize Type. And then now that it's rasterized, I can apply a motion blur filter to it. So I'm going to the blur menu and choosing motion blur, and I'll just reduce that distance slightly and maybe make it go a little bit above my text, and click OK. So now I've got an image that has lots of different types of transparency in it, just to show you what happens to that when we bring it into Unreal Engine 4. So going back to Save for Web, again as a ping 24 with transparency, I click Save, and I'm just going to give this another name. I might just add the word blur on the end, and I'm saving it in the same folder. Okay, the next kind of text that we're going to export from Photoshop, just to show you a different kind of look, is a composition I've created here that's got some text, but it's kind of a hand-drawn looking font with lots of transparency within it, and then I've just created these 2 ink blots to go behind that. So again, I'm just going Save for Web, saving it as a ping 24 in my folder. And the last type of text I'm going to export is a 3D extrusion of text. So I've created a 3D extrusion from a simple text layer. So if I just go to my 3D view here, you can see if I go to Layers, I had a simple layer of text, and I went to 3D and I created a 3D extrusion of it. I haven't touched anything else in here, and my advice is don't go playing around with materials inside Photoshop, because Unreal Engine deals with materials miles better. So leave all your material work for inside Unreal Engine 4. But to export a 3D extrusion of your text from Photoshop, you go up to the 3D menu. So you need to be in 3D mode here, and you go up to the 3D menu and you choose Export 3D Layer. Obviously, given you're exporting a layer, you want to make sure that you have the layer selected that is your text layer. So we're exporting that 3D text layer, and the file format that will work in Unreal Engine 4 is this bottom one, the wavefront object file. Again, leaving the name generic, saving it in my exercise files folder and clicking Save. I'm just going to leave the texture format as original, because generally you want to apply a different texture anyway once you've got inside Unreal Engine 4, and I'm clicking OK. So that's our 3 types of text files exported. So now inside Unreal Engine 4, I'm going to just click the Import button, and I'm going to start by just importing the 3 straight text files we created, the ping files. So I'm just holding down Shift or Command to select those 3 files and clicking Open. Okay, so the 3 files come in. They might look a little bit scary when they first come in, but don't worry. So I'll save them again. So now all you need to do is right click on each one, and from the Sprite Actions menu choose Create Sprite. It's actually faster if you select all 3 of your textures at once, and then you can do it in one single action. So I'm right clicking after selecting all 3 sprites and choosing Sprite Actions, Create Sprite. And then if you save again, you'll see you now have 3 sprites that you can add to your level. Now let's import our 3D text. So I'm going to my still text object file, clicking open, and you get some import options there. I generally leave all of them the same. The only one I want to change is under import rotation, because the XYZ axes inside Photoshop don't quite match the way that they are arranged within Unreal Engine 4. So under X, where it says roll, I'm going to enter 90 to just translate that 90 degrees. And then I'm going to click import. So you can see that the text comes in as a static mesh and with a material there to go with it. I'm just going to save those and drag my static mesh out onto the screen. And you can see it comes in with the material that you used in Photoshop. Is a nice 3D shape that you can walk around and has that particular material applied. So you could go in and edit that material, or you could apply some other kind of material to it.